So Ricky, it's a
Jim,
great looking car.
how are you?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
So
Thank
can you tell us a little bit about this? This survives in Manhattan.
Yeah.
It's a daily driver, right?
Yeah, it is a daily driver. It's a rare creature, and its origins go back to post-war Germany, right? Second World War. Germany is definitely a country that was not doing well after the war. It was very devastated. And basically, once production of cars began, Volkswagen was literally only producing the Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, people started to work and make some little extra money, they didn't want to drive the Bug anymore. They wanted to drive something more stylish. There was a need to create the Karmann Ghia, coach built by hand by Karmann, designed by Ghia in Italy. Porsche had already provided all the mechanicals for this car via the Vito platform, but they didn't have a design. And they went to Karmann, which is a coach builder, right? They build cars by hand. Karmann go to House of Ghia in Turin, Italy, and they presented this design. They agreed that this is the car, and Karmann brought those designs and actually built this car by hand. The actual designer is Luigi Segre, who was the designer for this silhouette of and design language. It's perfectly round on the proportions, right? It's car does not have a bad angle, right? Mr. Luigi Segre makes sure of that. There is not one right angle. Everything is sculpted. Everything is rounded, and the lines are continuously going somewhere. You know, many in the car and automotive industry call it one of the 10 best designs ever. People that love cars, that they don't care so much about brands, it's all about design. So for them, the Karmann Ghia, especially the early years as this one, is for them one of the 10 best designs, period. People obviously have issues, right? If you don't have a Ferrari, or if you don't have a Porsche, if you don't have a Mercedes, you cannot. But people that do the design, they said this was it. So, you know, this, for example, this lightning bolt line was later on adopted by Bugatti under modern designs. Mm-hmm. So it transcends so many different other brands and designs. And also, one of the remarkable things about this Karmann Ghia specifically is the fact that 62 years and going is still perfectly straight. It's a matching numbers car, meaning the chassis, the transmission, and the engine, and most of its components and elements have actually been with the car since its creation back in Germany. And that is so hard and so rare to find, let alone in the streets of New York. Here, what I call the lightning bolt line, the stars in the back of the teardrop, and it works its way through the side of the car. Everything is one single unit, and it's called the exoskeleton. And this is what actually holds the whole car together. The exoskeleton is the actual chassis of the car. Yeah, they will have a platform that it's independent from the actual, exterior of the car, so it can be lifted. It's pretty solid. Now let me show you the interior. The wonderful things also in terms of design that happen. So, there is space for very small people or people with short legs, but also not very often you are shown this part of the car where when you turn this down, you could actually get access to a large storage compartment where you could put luggage and other goods. Yeah.
What is this? It used to be leather or vinyl?
It is vinyl, perforated vinyl. Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah, it's like a leatherette, they call it. It's not vinyl, it's leatherette. Because the platform of this car, the mechanicals of the car were designed by Ferdinand Porsche, and he figured that if the race driver could turn the car on and at the same time put the car in gear, he'll have a better chance to start racing before other cars. So that's why we end up with an ignition switch on the left. We have the speedometer followed by the gas, and then the tachometer on the right. Here you will find the windshield wiper button with a plunger where the pressure is being fed by the spare tire air pressure, which is really interesting. Nothing goes to waste. And again, lightness, right? Here at the horn button, we could see the crest of the Wolfsburg factory. Not all VWs and not all Karmann Ghias were produced at this factory, but the ones that were produced in the original factory obviously have that extra credential to go with it. You can see a little wolf in the castle and then the river. There's something interesting about these handles. They are actually hollow for lightness. Wow. So they're incredibly light, and you always get that real crisp and mechanical latch closing. Correct. So these are obviously bullet style lights. This is glass, actual glass, all of it. Yeah. Wow. And then again, being with the car since new. The grills that you see here at the front, they provide ventilation to the cabin and provides fresh air. There is no engine. There is your actual, place for luggage and other things. With a golfing bag, a small cooler, and this is a rear engine car. The overall design of the platform and the mechanicals, it is designed by Porsche. The length of the platform of the car, this one is a little longer. Still the same concept, and a lot of parts are interchangeable, but not all of them because of the length and some of the angles. If you look at it, they all look the same. 40 horsepower engine. It's incredibly light. It's made out of magnesium. A 1.2 liter engine, so it's incredibly small, but given that the car is so light, it provides plenty of power to move it around and take it places. And once you're up to running speed, it feels more than adequate.